Hello, I'm Krishna. Namaste. What happens when you let go of everything you thought defined you? Your job, your possessions, even your identity? Now that's a question life asks me. Now a little reflection. I believe the universe guides us through lessons meant to awaken us. One of the most important lessons I've learned began in Huntington Beach, California. Now, I was living in Huntington Beach, also known as Surf City, USA, a place I've always dreamed of, close to the water, driving up and down PCH, never got bored of that. But I soon began to realize that my California dream wasn't the only reality. Now, during this time, I took multiple trips to Thailand, each one just a little bit longer, each one a little bit deeper. I was finding new islands, I was excited, I was finding new adventures, I felt super alive, present, free, different from my normal reality. And every time I came back to California, I carried those moments inside me, like a secret flame reminded me of who I really was. Now back home, my yoga mat was always laid out in my living room. I lit incense, I played healing frequencies. I was learning about frequencies, rhythms, 432 hertz, 528 hertz. I meditated. I was studying Buddhism more and more. Now I would come back home from Thailand and try and remake those meals that I had back then that made me feel so good. I would even shop at local Asian markets. Luckily, we had a bunch in SoCal. And these were my ways of letting go, remembering, and reconnecting to those trips. And here's what I learned. On the other side of letting go is freedom. But that freedom required a conscious decision. And in my final month, our landlord tried to lock us in another long-term lease, another rent hike. We had a new owner in the building. And that was it. I was done. Done with this game of moving all the time. Now, all the manifestation work I had done through my meditations, the visions, the visualizations, it all culminated in this moment. I had already been planting seeds with my, at that time, girlfriend, talking about my plan, about her going back to her house, me clearing out everything that I owned since all the furniture and belongings were from my former house. Now in meditation, I had seen myself already as a photographer, as a digital nomad, traveling to these exotic places I always dreamed of. Still strong at 45 years old, I wanted to climb temples, I wanted to backpack, I wanted to hike, stand at the foot of the pyramids, and I didn't want to be too tired to do it. Now this was a time for me to take action, and now was the decision, now was the real time for that follow-up to all this manifestation. And we held a massive garage sale. I sold tons of music gear, tools, furniture, clothes. I donated my suits and ties that once made me what I thought was successful, dress for success. And letting them go meant letting go of that old version, that one version of me that I had to let go of to make space for the version of me that I would soon become. And maybe that was the hardest part. I think most people never do it. They seem to stay stuck at that part of actually getting rid of stuff. They think their life is defined by these possessions. And it's okay to have things, I'm not saying it's not, but the car, the bike, the house, the job, the title, none of that defined who you really are. You are more than that. And the only thing that truly defines you is your connection to Source, to God, to the universe, whatever it is that you call it. Having that connection is divine. So I ended up selling my Harley. I finished my last show at work. I stacked my savings and I bought a one-way ticket to Madrid. And that was the leap, my friends, the one that changed everything. Buy the ticket, take the ride, as they say. Now, if this message resonated with you, I would love to connect deeper on a one-on-one level. Now, I've created a small questionnaire that I will link in the description below. It's just a way to see where you're at and how one-on-one coaching could guide you in your journey. And if you haven't yet, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Every Friday we're here bringing you insights to support your growth. Now this is Krishna rising. This is the path to Shambhala. And this is Wellness with Krishna. Thank you, and may your journey be blessed. I hope our paths cross soon. Namaste.